Welcome you all to this series of classes on IELTS speaking section. As you know, IELTS speaking section is divided into three sections: Section 1, Section 2 and Section 3. And you will have to last your speech for 11 to 14 minutes. In the first section, your examiner will ask you some very basic questions about introducing yourself. In Section 2, you will be given a topic on which you will have to deliver your speech for 1 to 2 minutes. And of course, you will be given a chance to prepare your script for 1 minute. You'll be also able to take some notes if you feel it necessary for preparing your speech. And after that, you will have to speak for 2 minutes. So, as an examinee, many of the learners of our country are generally worried about how to say and what are the things to say and what are the things to be careful while delivering their speech. In this section, I'll give you some general instruction about which you need to be careful while delivering your speech, and then we'll talk about a typical question from IELTS real exam question. So, first, the instructions or the guidelines that you need to remember while delivering and talking in this section 2 of IELTS speaking. Well, remember one thing: it depends on what band score you want to achieve. If you want to achieve a high band score like 7.5 or 8 plus, then you need to be really careful and show that you have flexibility of using sentence structures, choosing vocabularies, and you have to prove that you are capable of maintaining coherence in your speech of 2 minutes. Okay, so these are the things that you need to be careful. And if you make some very basic mistakes like mistakes of tense, choosing the right verb in your speech, and is very seriously taken by your examiner, and he gets convinced that you have a very poor command of your speaking or English language as a whole. So in that situation, you cannot expect a better score more than 5 or 5.5, something like this. Okay? So now let's have an example and have a typical answer. How could you smartly answer to a question about speaking section? Let's have a question. In one of the previous questions, there was a question like this. I quote: describe a situation where you participated in a party and you enjoyed it and you remember it. Okay, so the matter is, look, you have to continue your speech for 2 minutes. You should come up with a good plan. What are the things that you need to mention in this while answering this question? Well, you need to mention exactly where the event took place, with whom you participated the event, and on what broad area the event was. Like, was it on sports? Was it on some speech contest? Was it on some social event that you enjoyed with your friends or somebody else? And most importantly, you should also mention why do you think that the event was important to you and rememberable to you. Okay, so let's say I'm giving you an example of a very excellent answer to this question. Here it begins. 3, 2, 1. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me a chance to say on such an enjoyable event that happened in my life. To be precise, it happened not very far away in the past in my life. It just happened 6 months ago. In my university, there was a chance to participate in a public speaking contest. First of all, I was a little bit nervous because there were many contestants from across the university who were about to participate in the contest. I was given a topic and I prepared myself in the best possible way. I gathered information on things on which I would deliver my speech. And I had some mock tests. I rehearsed the topic in a room alone without any audience so that I can control nervousness while delivering my speech on the final day of delivering my speech. And fortunately, I performed very well compared with the other speakers who also participated in the contest. And finally, I became the champion in the whole contest among the various participants of all the university. So it was really something rememberable for me because I was really delighted with the achievement. And I even today I regard it to be one of the most memorable achievements in my life. So that's been all about an event. Thanks for giving me the chance to say on this. So, dear listeners, this was all for me for this first class of our series of classes on IELTS speaking section. Thank you all for listening with patience.